Hello! This might be a very brief one, but the next day from, well, a few hours actually. What I've done is I've painted the pedals. I've put some details into the cockpit sides, so you can see I've blacked the detail, and then I used the end of a cocktail stick dipped in red to add little dials. I've also started this preparation, so that's brown on the cocktail stick. So this thing here is just a piece of the cheap masking tape with a piece of the more expensive Tamiya 6mm masking tape on top, and I painted it brown. This is going to be the start of our belts for the seat, which is now fairly dry. But maybe her ladyship will be back any second, so I'm having a coffee while this sort of dries off. The detailing work is where you have to really be patient, because really that's going to be wet for a day. I did it this morning. We've waited till just after lunch and we're here back having a look. So while I've done it, I've looked for more references for the colour of the belts and the shape. There isn't any. The seat is a bucket seat because obviously the pilot will be sat on their parachute. There isn't a cushion, they sit on their parachute. So this dark brown will be this bottom strap. We need another one for the upper, and I'm just looking what colour we could paint that, and I think it might have to be a bit of sand mixed with something else. So this is just how I'm protecting the desk today while I make these straps. These will be cut down really thin, but they need to be really dry for this to work. So first one, and I don't think I've ever opened sand. Oh, I have. Sand has been opened. Let's get a fairly flat brush. So that's now 2 straps sets drying off. That sand was actually a bit on the wonk side, so what we'll do is make some thinner. Add it to, and give it a shake. Ochre would have worked here too, but this looks fairly light, so we'll go with that. I looked at this red strip actually. That would be on this side of the canopy, so we can do that detail now while the rest of it dries a moment. I need a brush I can trust, so that's just a 0. Okay, and I'm going to paint it along this edge. You can't see what I'm doing very well, so let's okay, just literally give it a second. And we'll do it again. I don't want it too red. That's got chips in it as well, so we'll chip it later. We've now got the red line just on there. Okay. These are fairly dry, so what we'll do is I'm guessing we need to cut the front shape first. So we need to say this is the front of the belt, the straight edge. It comes to a point, then we want it to drape over the side of the chair. So here's the strap piece, and we're going to put it, sit it in the bottom of the seat. I'm going to use dry cocktail stick to push it down and in. So that's got a slight point to it, just as that reference has. We can go downwards with it now. Now, it's a shame in none of the reference material, so I can't see on this image where the strap goes. So this is a P51, it just sort of curls up out of the way. Here's a Mark 1 Spitfire, and it just sort of goes through the seat. So if I bring this into shot, so it goes through a slot that would come up and over, so it'd sit on it, sit on the strap with their parachute, and it would go up and through. I would assume this would be the same on the Hurricane. They're just bucket seats. So they're definitely not through leg straps like so this is the 2C. This is the 2C. It might be. That's a different thing. That's a different seat. I'm going to assume that the pilots of the Battle of Britain flight wouldn't bail out. I'm going to presume that the Battle of Britain flight would glide an aircraft down or crash with it. I don't know that for certain, but I don't think they'd bail out. But these are clearly modern clasps. So these are modern blue tensile steel clasps. They aren't the original. This is a leather through strap. So I'm going to stick with this from the original reference. If I go back to that original reference. So this is the Hurricane at the National Museum of the US Air Force. So there are the ends of the straps tucked down in him. And what I will do to fix them is super glue. So just on the other paper, whoops, I will just put a drip. It won't now drip. There we go. So that's super glue in the seat. There's too much super glue in the seat. You'll take some off. But I want to coat, I want to basically use the cocktail stick to agitate it past the lip of the chair and down into the paper, because it is only paper, it's not a proper contact part. And just taking the excess off with a cotton bud. So now we've got a seatbelt in the seat. Much more difficult is going to be the back piece. So measuring it with the tip of the blade, I think this strap here, it comes out of the rear rest as two pieces and goes around the seat. And there's a piece in the seat. So if I do the arounds first, so we want one long strip approximately like that. So if I move this out of the light, we can see, sorry guys, this, I'll tell you what, I'll shut the window because we're losing the fight today with the light. There we go. Right, so we've now got the strap down. There we go. So we've got that first strap coming in from the rear, and we've got the second one, which I can now cut a bit more cleanly to length. I need a tweezer to help put it into the seat position. Just get the excess off. So now there are connected into the back of the seat to over the shoulder straps. So we can clearly see just in the blur, sorry about this, but I think this one's better. So we can just see the brown strap, and we can see the tan straps on top. And we now need to do the same from the seat back. I may actually give this a rain check. We've done 15 minutes in this video. I will just give this a dot of super glue. So I put the super glue down and use the cocktail stick to just pick some up, draw it in there, just to fix the straps in the back of the chair, the back of the board, and then I can now just run a bit on the sides, just like that. Because there's a bit of red on here as well, it's added a bit of wear to the belt. So we've got tan on the belt, bit of red wear as if it's, you know, things have been touching it, pulling it. Not intended, but something I'll remember. When I come back, we will have the rest of this tan belt for the back of the chair. So we have now got the wing piece to work on. We've got the rest of the controls. We've got the seat with a back strap. So we've put these straps on here. We're going to put that strap on. Now that strap actually goes down the side as if it would connect to this, but we'll put that strap across later. We'll take this apart. We will weather something in here because this is just drab. In fact, before we go, yeah. So this is the bottom of the cockpit area, and I just need some of that cockpit-like colour we had. Can it wake up? It can just wake up. Just get some of that cockpit-like colour in here, just for good measure. So just for good measure, it's in there. That's it now, guys. So we've detailed cockpit, we've added space on there, we've really detailed the seat quite a lot. You can really see the straps from these angles. There you go, the angles, you can see them on there now. We've highlighted the bars and pieces on there with steel. This decal is well set, but unfortunately flat, and this is set black now. So this, these are the seats and control stick. Sorry, the pedals and control stick. We'll weather that. We'll dry brush them with some aluminium, and then assemble this body piece later. For now, guys, I love you and leave you because the wife's on her way home. Her ladyship is on her way. So Lord Zealous is going to go.